I'm sure you've heard the news. Humans are terrified of the dark. It's a feeling so universal, it's almost a cliché. That prickle on your neck when you enter a dark room, the quickened pace walking down an unlit street, the unease that settles in when the sun goes down. We often dismiss it as a childish fear, something to be outgrown. But what if I told you that this fear isn't just in your head? What if it's a deeply ingrained, entirely rational part of your biological programming? The truth is, your fear of the dark isn't supernatural, it's survival. To understand it, we need to travel back in time, hundreds of thousands of years, to a world lit only by the moon, the stars, and the occasional fire. For our early ancestors, the night was not a time for rest. It was a time of immense danger. Back when formidable predators prowled the landscape, being jumpy after sunset saved lives. Humans are diurnal creatures. Our eyes, with their fantastic color vision, are built for the day. At night, we are at a severe disadvantage. We can't see the camouflaged hunter waiting in the tall grass, or the silent predator perched on a branch above. So, evolution found a solution. It hardwired a state of hypervigilance into our DNA. Our ancestors who noticed the faintest rustle in the bushes, the ones who saw a threat in a strangely shaped shadow, were the ones who stayed alive to see the sunrise. They were the ones who passed on their genes. Our ancestors who noticed odd sounds stayed alive and reproduced. Our ancestors who noticed subtle movement stayed alive and reproduced. This wasn't paranoia, it was a life-saving instinct. The cost of a false alarm, getting spooked by the wind, was minimal, but the cost of not reacting to a real threat was absolute. That genetic inheritance is still with us. It's a ghost in our machine. So what's happening in your brain when the lights go out? The process begins in the amygdala, your brain's threat detection center. When visual information is limited by darkness, the amygdala doesn't just quiet down. It becomes more active, more sensitive. It starts working with what little it has, filling in the blanks. At the same time, a part of your brainstem called the locus coeruleus kicks into gear, releasing norepinephrine. This chemical sharpens your senses and puts your entire nervous system on high alert. Darkness still hijacks your attention, pulling your focus inward and away from the rational, logical parts of your brain. It boosts your imagination, creating vivid, often worst-case, scenarios in your mind. That coat hanging on the door is no longer a coat, it's a lurking figure. That creak from the floorboards isn't the house settling, it's an intruder. Your brain is simply running its ancient predator evasion software. And this mental state triggers your body's fight-or-flight response, flooding you with cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart beats faster, your breathing becomes shallow, your muscles tense. You are physically preparing for a threat that exists only in your mind. Fast forward to today. The saber-toothed cats are gone, but we have the same alarm system, just facing different and often non-existent threats. Our modern world is full of new kinds of darkness. The empty subway platform late at night, the unlit parking garage, even the perceived anonymity of the internet. Our brains can't distinguish between the ancestral danger of a predator and the modern anxiety of being alone in a vulnerable situation. The alarm bells ring just the same. We engage in safety behaviors, locking doors multiple times, leaving lights on, all attempts to soothe that ancient, miscalibrated system. So what can we do? The good news is that awareness beats anxiety. Understanding that your fear is a rational, biological echo of the past is the first step to mastering it. You can't delete the software, but you can learn to manage the user interface. Simple techniques can make a huge difference. Practice controlled breathing to calm your nervous system when you feel the fear rising. Improve your light hygiene by using dim, warm lights in the evening to ease the transition into darkness. Establish a predictable, calming bedtime routine to signal to your brain that you are safe. And most importantly, you can reframe the experience. When your heart races, instead of thinking, "I'm in danger," tell yourself, "This is my ancient survival system doing its job. Thank you, but I'm safe." Your fear of the dark doesn't make you weak or irrational. It makes you human. It's a testament to the resilience of your ancestors, a signal passed down through millennia. By understanding its origins and its mechanics, you can learn to listen to the signal without letting it control you. You can see the fear not as a monster in the shadows, but as data, and you can choose to step out of that shadow and into the light.